really praying and thinking about the people of Jamaica as they are understanding the full scope of devastation and havoc that was unleashed by Hurricane Melissa. All of the images and the videos that I've been seeing, it's heartbreaking. I went to Jamaica for the first time in May of this year, and it was such a beautiful country. I met so many wonderful people, and I really am just thinking about the communities that are going to be impacted by this, you know? I know a lot of Americans have been posting videos about the tourist areas, and although tourism is a huge part of the Jamaican economy, I'm more concerned about how Jamaicans are going to be able to rebuild their lives. I was also just thinking about, one of the domino impacts of what is happening and having this current administration, right, is there's no longer USAID. There is no longer USAID. There was a team of 800 people at USAID who solely focused on international disaster recovery. They would have been the ones coordinating the ways that the United States would be helping with the recovery efforts, the money that we're able to move, the coordination between the United States government and local folks on the ground, and all of that is gone now. All of that is gone. I want to also just read an excerpt from an NPR article yesterday that was talking about the impacts of USAID no longer existing and how it relates to Hurricane Melissa. So, USAID would have been working with governments and embassies in the region on preparing for hurricane season, says Sarah Charles, who led USAID's Bureau of Humanitarian Assistance during the Biden administration. And this would have been everything from exercises with emergency management authorities in different countries and aid groups to pre-positioning stocks of things like plastic sheeting, emergency food, household item kits, warehouses in places like Miami, but also in particular in countries like Haiti, which is very vulnerable to storms of this nature. The agency also would have often sent out staff ahead of a predicted disaster like Melissa to be on the ground before airports and roads were closed. So none of that happened this time. There are real life consequences to the selfishness of Americans. Because what people did by voting for that man who's currently occupying the White House, they decided to be selfish. They decided to be cruel. They decided that they enjoy watching human suffering. And because of that selfishness, people in places like Jamaica are going to suffer. Disgusting. I will never forgive anybody that allowed this to happen. Ever. Ever.